Okay, so the question of should I invest in the city where I live is a very good question, and I'm going to answer it a few different ways. My immediate answer is this. In my experience, because this is such a relationship business in terms of, in commercial real estate, it's really kind of who knows you and who you know. I would suggest, yes, I would start investing in my backyard because proximity is going to give you power, confidence, certainty to be able to really find deals and act quickly. So it's not a hard and fast rule. There's going to be situations where, yes, maybe it makes more sense to invest elsewhere. But if I was to give this advice to my dad, to my sister, to my best friend, to whoever, it is I always start in my backyard. So that's number one. Now, how do you start to evaluate the city that you're living in? Okay, I'm gonna give you 3 strategies that I think are really gonna help you. And I've created a whole podcast on this, and I believe it's called Safe Line Investing. And really what that is a concept that I created to help my one-on-one clients, where I try to get them so they're not looking at a big bandwidth of properties that is potentially risky. I try to keep it very, very tight. But in today's video, I just want to give you kind of 3 strategies. So number 1, I'm looking for job growth. And job growth is really what drives demand. Drives demand for residential, multifamily, retail, industrial to some degree. And so if you can focus on one demand driver, it's jobs. Second is population growth. It's surprising, but some cities, I remember looking in Phoenix a little while back, and they really weren't creating a lot of jobs, but the population, people that were retiring, baby boomers, wanted to be in just a nice environment. And taxes made a lot of sense. So the Phoenix market was growing just from population. Now, population growth is going to drive other, industries, if you will, service-based industries. And as population grows, you're going to have more and more jobs created. So population, jobs, and so on population, I'll just touch on this quickly. You're looking at migration, and then you're looking at like provincial or interstate migration, where basically you're looking at saying, okay, so migration might be, or immigration might be people from different countries coming in, and then interstate or interprovincial is, people moving from New York down to Florida, or people moving from Montana or Chicago and they're going to Phoenix, for example. So those would be examples. The third one is supply and demand. And really what I'm looking at here is how much new product is coming onto the market. And the reason I like that is, number 1, I always try to follow smart money. And what I mean is, if you know nothing else about commercial real estate investing, if you could start to just observe new developments by big time developers, it's not a hard and fast rule, but I will tell you that they have extremely smart people, and they're not investing $100, $500, $1 billion into a development without having done their homework and research first. So what I'm looking for is, I'm going to follow that smart money and I'm going to invest around it. Okay, so if those were the 3 strategies that I could give to people that I care about most, people that really don't understand commercial real estate, they're just looking for kind of a quick win, if you will, those would be the strategies that I would give you. Okay, now I've just kind of created, right, I don't know if you can see that or not, and maybe it's backwards, I'm not entirely sure, but just to recap. So the cities to invest in, number 1, follow the smart money. Number 2, jobs. Number 3, population. If you can kind of use that framework, if you will, I think it's going to be very helpful. I've created a scorecard that I use that is far more detailed. It's about 8 pages long. It's the culmination of years of experience investing in commercial real estate. And then what I try to do is kind of condense it into something that I know people would actually use. I know most people are not going to read a big, thick book. And so what I did is I took all that research, I condensed it, and you can essentially download it. I think you can almost see it over my shoulder here, which is my commercial real estate investing scorecard. I'll have a link to it in terms of how you can go and download it. It's free, there's no obligation. And really what it's going to do is it's going to give you the more details on beyond just population, jobs, and supply demand. Okay, so if you like it, request it, download it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.